All right, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carl, and this is Carl Explores SF. And today, I'm taking you on a tour at Fort Point here in the Presidio. Fort Point is that building right there. It's now a museum, and right behind me, of course, is the Golden Gate Bridge. So this area is called Fort Point, and it's one of my favorite places here in San Francisco, inside the Presidio, to go for walks. Normally, you'll catch me here riding my bike. I'll take the trail all the way from southeast part of San Francisco. The trail will take me all the way here to Fort Point, and it dead ends right there at the base of the Golden Gate Bridge. So let's check it out. So there's the Golden Gate Bridge right there in all of its majesty. This is pretty much where it begins, right there. That's Fort Point, which used to house the coastal artillery to protect here, the San Francisco Bay Bridge. So that, and now it's a museum. You'll find the artillery pieces inside there, you know, on display. On display. So it's the Golden Gate Bridge right there. Alcatraz is right there, and there's Torpedo Wharf right there. It's a great spot for fishing, so we're gonna walk over there as well. But for now, let's walk towards Fort Point. Let me show you around. And right here, they have these big, huge boulders right here to help absorb the waves. It's very wavy here, and as you can see, with all the waves, this area will still attract a lot of swimmers, parasailers, surfers, okay? Go for a walk. And as I said before, this is a national park, and let me show you the marker here that says Fort Point, and it's a National Historic Site. Okay. And there's a lot of walkers here. A lot of walkers. Like I said, I'll find myself here riding my bike, you know, all along the coast. So I'll follow the coast, and it'll lead me here. It dead ends here. In this area, it's typical to have a lot of high winds here, which makes it popular for the surfers, the parasailers, and so forth. And here's another thing. Like I said before, this is the San Francisco Bay, and that's the Golden Gate Bridge. So the bay is considered pretty much east of the Golden Gate Bridge is the bay. So on the west side of the bridge, the left side of the bridge here, would be the Pacific Ocean. And just to the left, it's pretty common, it's seasonal, but it's pretty common that we'll find the whales, those big, I think they're called the gray whales. They'll migrate, and they'll just be on the left of the bridge here. And there's been, you know, you'll see them. You'll see them jumping in the currents there. Okay, let's look at this marker. Fort Point, where it used to defend the bay. All right. Hopper's Hand. This has become like a tradition for people to tap their hands here, called Hopper's Hands. You know, pretty much you're walking, you're in the trail, and kind of like as an end point, you touch that. And at the same time, for dog walkers, dogs can touch that as well. I read the history of this, why this is even here. There was a man, like a blacksmith, that made that and put it up there. Here we have these locks. Locks right here. It's a picture of someone's dog. And photos of some people here. Here's something about this area. It's the Golden Gate Bridge. You know, you see these photos. Don't know exactly why pictures are there. Maybe this was that person's favorite spot, or it could be something else, something darker. But we're looking at the Golden Gate Bridge. Can't really make it out, but there are nets on the side of the bridge there. There are nets, and those nets were put in place because people were jumping off the bridge to commit suicide, okay? And the nets would help catch them. That's why they're there, and there's many documented cases of suicides on this bridge here, all right? Okay, so this building is Fort Point. Let's check it out. I believe they're closed on Mondays, but it's definitely a treat to check out the inside. As a matter of fact, if I could find one, I had pictures. I was here one time, and I actually helped lower the American flag. The National Park Rangers needed some help, and I helped lower the flags. I'm actually a U.S. Army veteran, and I was like, I've done this before, but it's been a while. Just give me some pointers and help lower the flag. Fort Point, which this area is considered to be part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. And these are the batteries here. All along the coast here in the Presidio, you'll find a lot of old artillery spots there, built just like this. And maybe I'll go on some other walks and show you guys those eventually. Pride of the Pacific, one's called the Gibraltar of the West Coast. So it was built during 1853, 1861, part of the seacoast system to keep any ocean out of the San Francisco Bay. San Francisco has a lot of military history, and that all ended in 1991 when the Army base, Army Post, was closed. In 1990, was part of budget cuts under President Clinton's term, I believe. Early 90s, maybe 1994, I can't remember. And I'll show you some of those around. There's some museums here dedicated to the history of the base when it operated and when it closed. So right through those doors is the entrance to the museum, where we will find the artillery pieces, the displays and so forth, and more of the history of the fort. And we'll take a look at that at some other time. All right, so this is Fort Point right behind me, the Fort Point Museum, and they're closed on Mondays, but we'll check it out at some other point because it's quite a treat to see the history of this area and where they built the Golden Gate Bridge right above it. All right. Now let's go for a walk along the coast here towards Torpedo Wharf and show you guys what that looks like and get a better view of the bay. All right, so we're walking. We're just gonna follow the trail here all along the coastline towards Torpedo Wharf there and just enjoy the view. Again, it's the Golden Gate Bridge right there. Right above those cliffs is the overlook for the Golden Gate Bridge. So it's like there's a welcome center right up there. Now today's a Monday, so there's not that many people here, which is good for me because I just want to enjoy the area, because on a weekend, on a nice weekend, this place will be filled with people. We have parking lots here. There are parking lots, and you'll find that these parking lots will be fully occupied on weekends, but not on a Monday morning like today. So I mentioned I'm walking towards Torpedo Wharf, which is popular for fishing. I've fished there a few times, and we'll find people fishing here as well, like this person is. You know, he's getting set up. Now these railings here, these are fairly new, maybe within the last 2 years. Okay, these are fairly new. Before these railings, what they had here was a more antique looking, very thick chain link, like a rope chain made by chains, like chain links here. It was rusted from the corrosion from the seawater there. But I guess they replaced that with these, which serves a better purpose, because I guess sometimes people would easily hop over those chain link fences. But I do believe, in my opinion, the chain links look a lot nicer than these. You know. All right, we're seeing a few bicyclists here. Now these bikes, they're part of a tour group, as you can see. There's a rental place that rents those bikes out, and they do tours all along the coast here. And here in San Francisco, there's two bridges. The most famous is the Golden Gate, and further in the foreground there is called the San Francisco Bay Bridge, which connects San Francisco to Oakland. and it actually bypasses an island there called Treasure Island, and then it's towards Oakland. The Golden Gate Bridge ends north to Marin County, and that little area there is actually an island called Angel Island, and it has a lot of history as well. During the 1800s, they housed the Chinese migrants here in San Francisco. They had the housing there when they would land. Settlements there first, Angel Island, so that's what it was known for at the time. Okay, so we're finally approaching this area towards Torpedo Wharf. Now this road right here bears off to the right. Okay, bears off to the right, and straight through there is a parking lot for people to park, you know, they want to park here. So that area is not accessible by cars. You have to come from the other side of the bay here to access the parking lot. It's like do not enter. From this area of the road, you cannot enter that parking lot. So we have these buildings here. There are public bathrooms here, I believe right behind these buildings, and also like a gift shop and a coffee shop in one of these buildings as well. And that is Torpedo Wharf. We're gonna walk over there and check it out. All right, so we're still here. Torpedo Wharf is right behind me, but I'm in the center of these buildings here. Okay, and these buildings right behind me is the gift shop, and the parking lot that I mentioned before is right behind me. Okay, but let's take a walk here at Torpedo Wharf and show you around. So this is the entryway to Torpedo Wharf, and it's high tide. And I've been here during low tides, and you can see the sand right there, like beach sand and so forth. Okay. Gift shop right there. Here we have a lot of people fishing. Looks like maybe someone caught something. Oh, look at that. He did catch something. Looks like a small, perch type fish. directly there in that skyline, that's the what we would call the financial district of San Francisco. From the distance, the tallest building we can see there is Salesforce Tower, which is the pyramid-looking tower straight ahead, and the pointy one to the left of that is Coit Tower, just to give you a landmark. And if you can make it out, that's the San Francisco Bay Bridge over there. Now, this area is also popular for crabbing, okay? But here, you'll find Dungeness crabs, which is very popular here on the West Coast. They're big crabs, very tasty, has a lot of meat. And there's also red crabs and brown crabs that we'll find over here. Now, legally, on our fishing rules, cannot keep Dungeness crabs east of the Golden Gate Bridge. So you cannot keep them. You can only keep the red crabs, brown crabs. Now, directly to the west of the bridge, you're allowed to keep the Dungeness crabs. Those are the rules.
Take the bucket, fill it with water, and tie your rope to the bucket. Deal with dragging.
From here, we get much better views of Angel Island and then Treasure Island. It's right over there. And from here, there's not, actually no one's fishing on this end. Yeah, they're mostly on that end right there. Let's go for a walk. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed my tour of Fort Point here in the Presidio, which is greater part of the marina here in San Francisco. You know, just a few miles apart, the names will just change from, you have the marina, well, even before that you have the Fisherman's Wharf, marina. Where was I at yesterday? Christie Field, which is just straight that way along towards the financial district that I just showed. And let's say this is the end right here, which is Fort Point. So take another view of the Golden Gate Bridge right behind me. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.